I'm Karen Bush, and this is my story of how Jesus became real for me. I was raised in the church from an early age, from as far back as I can remember. But during the process of growing up, I knew that I believed, and I was rooted in that belief, but I was lukewarm. But then I went to college, and I was on my own for the first time. And that first Christmas, several of us in the music department had a gift exchange, and the girl that had my name gave me a Bible that was easier to understand. I started reading it, and sometimes it was when no one else was around. I didn't want anyone to see me reading it, but I started reading it. I started with Matthew, and by the time I was finished with Matthew, I had tears running down my cheek. And the last verse of Matthew really touched my heart. And that was my go-to verse for years and years and years. And it was the Great Commission. And the part that really brought me to tears was to learn that Christ would be with us always, even into the end of the age. And that's just an awesome thought. Such a thought of love and commitment. And in January, there was a touring group of people going around the country giving the performance for Godspell. It was a rock opera, and these children were depicting what they found in a Bible that they had found in this empty lot. We all were just, our hearts melted when we saw that presentation. Got back to the dorm, turned the radio on in the dorm room, which is what I normally did when I walked in my dorm room. All the radio broadcasts had been interrupted, and they gave an announcement that the Paris Peace Accords had been signed and the Vietnam War was coming to an end. And our soldiers would be coming home. It was awesome. It was just a perfect night. So those two things side by side were events that really awakened my faith and made Christ so real for me. And I've carried that through, and life has given me ups and downs, and Christ has put people in my way, in my path, that have helped me through this. Going back to that rock opera of Godspell, the theme song was Day by Day, and the words to that song are day by day, O Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, and to follow thee more nearly, day by day. And that should be our mantra as Christians. The other thing is, when life tumbles you over and knocks you down, look for the people that God is going to put in your path. Those of you who have kids in children's church, I'm downstairs with them this morning, and if you'll notice, I have a John 3:16 heart. They will be receiving one of these, and they're going to be learning about the woman at the well. So be sure and ask them about it and make sure they were listening to the lesson.